Hey there, Spider-Man fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're taking a look at Marvel Legends Infinite Series Skyline Sirens, and this is the version Spider-Girl, as opposed to Black Cat, who is in the Series 1. Now these are totally different body styles and everything, so this is a true figure swap, similar to what they did with Toxin and Carnage. So very excited to get this in the collection. Unfortunately, we do have the reuse of the Green Goblin chess piece. I kind of wish that maybe they had released a different piece, maybe a battle damage piece or something in a different color. I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a waste to have the same figure come out. I mean, if you wanted both characters, then you've just got this extra piece. So, same style as box as the Black Widow we looked at before and the Star Wars figures that have been coming out, the Black Series. On the back, you've got the cross cells here at the bottom, and you can see the other Black Cat figure and then Green Goblin over in the corner. So that's it. Let's get her out of package and see what she is like. Here's Spider-Girl out of packaging, and I love this new buck. This is the first teenage female buck that they've made at Hasbro Marvel Legends, so I'm very excited to see it because it turned out great. They learned a lot of things about their previous bucks, and this is one of the best ones they've done yet. There are still issues, but dynamite figure. Before we get into that, this is the Build-A-Figure piece. It is rather large, which kind of helps up for her having a little bit of a smaller frame. It does have a very nice forward ab crunch, not much going back, but Hulk usually hangs out a little closer up. If you didn't know, this is a reuse from the Hulk. And then we've got a little bit of side-to-side action, and then we've got swivel hinge, swivel hips, so the rotation point is up in the pelvis. So you kind of have to position the leg and then rotate around, but still very nice. The plastic, I wish they could have toned down a little bit or maybe add a little paint to. It is very shiny and looks very plasticky and toyetic, but it was in the package. So onto the figure. Her articulation, as I said, is very cool. They did so many great things with this buck, and I am definitely going to try and turn one of these figures into an X-23 because she came out great. On the head, we have a ball joint, which has a little bit of side-to-side and a little bit of up and down, but not a whole lot because of the cut of the head. You could probably widen that hole a little bit to create better movement, but it does have its classic hinge, which goes really far down, which is very nice, and then goes really far back. Because of the ponytail, there's a little bit of hindrance, but not as much as you think. This is actually quite flexible, so you get a really nice upward look on that. I really wish that they had put a swivel here in the ponytail so you could kind of move it out of the way. It would also help with like windblown poses and things like that, but it would be really cool just to be able to move that out of the way so you could get, you know, her head a little bit further back without resistance. But either way, swivel hinge shoulders go out very far, very nicely done. Swivel hinges in the elbows have the excellent rotation and everything, but they also are designed to get more, there, so we don't have black on black, more than a 90-degree angle. So if you push up a little bit more, it's got a little bit more range, like a double hinge, not perfect, but a lot better. So they were able to take a single hinge joint and turn it into almost a double hinge range, which is very nice. I really dig that. Swivel hinges in the wrist, spin all the way around and then go in and out on both hands. One hand is a fist and one hand is splayed open with its index or ring finger down. It's kind of odd. I don't know why just the ring finger. I imagine that means they're going to use it for somebody else, maybe mystical. Don't know. We've got a ball joint in the mid-torso here, nothing in the waist, but ball joint here, so you get some side-to-side, which is pretty decent. The back is actually really nice. It goes back quite a bit, but the forward is sort of limited, so you only get to go a little bit forward. I may have to pull this apart and try and widen that hole for X-23 just to make sure she's got maximum posability. We've got ball joints in the hips, which only go forward about that far. This is one of the parts that is a little bit of a letdown, but because they left such a wide berth inside that joint, you can rotate this joint on its axis and spin it up a little bit more, and then push the leg further forward, and because it's got a thigh cut, you can just turn it right here. So very nice. That's not too bad, but you have to be careful once you do have it this far. It's really easy to pop it off the joint. So, but it does pop on very easily as well. So as I said, we've got a thigh joint, we've got double hinge knees. First point gives you a 90-degree angle. Second point will take you all the way back. Very nice. Swivels in the calves. I love swivels in the calves, especially on acrobatic characters. I always want to get them in really low positions, but it's always difficult because the feet won't work properly if you try to do that. Mostly this type of foot is designed for just a wider stance to not fall over, but with this you can rotate the foot and then turn it so that it remains flat-footed. I love that design. They did an excellent job there. As I was saying, you know, you do have the hinge and rocker here, and the hinge actually has a really nice range of motion. It goes that far back and very far forward as well. So this is an outstanding base figure. I really, really like it. And overall, she just looks really, really nice. The paint is well handled on the entire figure. So yeah, let's get in a little closer and we'll look at some of those details. So here's Spider-Girl close up, and you can see they did a really, really nice job on the face sculpt. She actually looks a little bit younger, more like a teenager, very cool. They didn't over-apply the makeup or anything. It looks, you know, reasonable. Not like somebody, you know, caking on lipstick before they go out crime fighting. So they did a good job. The hair sculpt is really nicely done. I love this wispy strand right here that kind of hangs out on its own. And you see, even though it's like a red color, they also added a brown to kind of bring out all those really nice details. So it looks really, really good. All of the work on the costume, on mine at least, is very crisp. It's all molded in this black color, but then has this nice pearlescent white spider going up it, and I have no flaws that I've found on mine. It looks absolutely fantastic. They did a great job. So yeah, very, very cool. The back is completely bare, which I don't know the character well enough to know if that is accurate or not, but it looks good here. So very, very cool. You can see the body type is a little bit more athletic, I would say. It's not voluptuous the way Black Cat is, and it's not really skinny the way that like Jean Grey and all of those figures are. It seems like a healthy, athletic, young body. So they did a really, really good job there. Yeah, everything just looks really nice. We do have peg holes on the bottom and everything, but they just did a great job. You know, not too much muscle definition, but enough to let you know that, you know, this is someone who can get the job done. So very, very cool. So excited to have her. So these are all figures that should cost you around $20. For the $20, you get the highly articulated figure, but the only other thing you get in the box is the big Green Goblin Build-A-Figure piece. That is going to make her one of the weakest figures in the line in terms of actual value. Even with her, who I said was a slightly less value, she still came with extra hands and a swappable head and a Build-A-Figure piece. So for her to come with nothing, it's a little bit of a letdown. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this character, but I assume maybe she uses some kind of webbing. They do have the holdover webbing from all of the Spider-Man figures. They could have easily tossed in a line or two with her. If she doesn't use that, other stuff they have with the Spider-Man figures, like a backpack or just anything to make her feel more like a teen, could have, you know, easily been tossed in there. So she does feel a little bit of a letdown because she is so small. You see she's about the same height as Luke Skywalker over here. But this was the original figure, Black Cat. She's got a lot of height on her. She's got a much better paint job in terms of just actual paint applied to the figure. And she also came with a whip and the Build-A-Figure piece. So she's a little bit less of a value, but still a great action figure. You know, with the value of these figures rising constantly, or at least the cost of them, not the value, there's going to be some that you're just going to have to buy on faith, and I think this is one of those figures. She's, you know, doesn't come with a lot, but she is a really, really cool action figure, and I highly recommend her. So that's it for this review. If you have any questions or comments about this figure, anything I can help you answer, or if you have any comments, anything you want to let me know about this character, because like I said, I'm kind of in the dark about her, feel free to share it with me. I'd love to know. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks, subscribers and commenters. I really appreciate everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.